We're set to go, and we're underway. Here's McEachran, a nice little run through the centre. Gardner wins the ball back from him. Here comes Jacques Magoma charging forwards, plays the ball through to Gallagher. Gallagher is through here, but Bentley is quickly off his line and got there just a second ahead of Gallagher. Bright start there from Birmingham, who were straight into McEachran. Gardner with a good challenge. There's a really good touch there from Neil Morpie, and well, we said we thought players might be slipping over because of the excessive water put on the pitch early on, and that was Mokotjo on that occasion. Sawyers misses the challenge there. The ball's played through towards Gallagher, too far ahead of him, and there's a few songs being directed to Harley Dean already, only to be expected this evening. He will know that it's going to be a fairly hostile night for him, but I'm not so sure that will bother him too much, Mick.
No, absolutely. I mean, Harley thrives on this kind of thing, doesn't he, Marcus?
Yeah.
That's his character anyway.
Goes across field, looking for Dalsgaard. Impressive game at Sunderland at the weekend. Not so good that time. Not a good first touch. Can't control it. Just runs out of play, just in front of Cottrell, the Birmingham manager. Important game tonight for Gardner in the centre. You would have thought that he may be pivotal in the way Birmingham play, trying to break up things Brentford are trying to create. Ball thrown back towards Dean. First booze of the evening you heard there. You're going to hear plenty. Stockdale very casually there. Only just got the ball away. Watkins gets a touch on the far side off Roberts, and Roberts was lucky to eventually clear it. Here's Magoma. He's a good ball player, Stockdale. He's well known for that, David Stockdale, but he took one or two liberties there, Marcus.
Yeah, he's played his centre half in trouble there because he had no option to pass it forward.
It's a fortunate clearance there by Barbe. Breaks in the end to McEachran, and then downfield from Bjelland. It's out off Roberts for a Brentford throw, which Neil Morpie takes quickly. Little deft header from Watkins back to the Frenchman, who's cutting infield. Bright start from him, on the ball still. Cuts it through to Mokotjo. Will he try a shot? No, back to Morpie. Into the box, trying to create an opportunity. Mokotjo goes for the next ball. It's cleared by Maxime Colan. Oh, nice challenge there by Barbe. That'll do his confidence good. And to Morpie again, edge of the box, on his right foot, goes for goal, just wide. Really bright start there from the Frenchman, Neil Morpie. Nearly got the opening goal on 2 minutes.
He's got himself well into the game. Good couple first touches. He's got positive and direct, and he's just unlucky with that last shot he's just taken.
Good effort there from Morpie, just a few yards wide. There's Ndoye with a touch there. Jeremy Bogie just a little bit heavy there. And it's now picked up by Brentford. Here's Sawyers with his first involvement of the evening. Plays it infield to Watkins. Bright start here from Brentford. Now Mokotjo moves the ball quickly out to this right-hand side. Josephson then down the line to Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard, chance to cross it. It comes back to him again. And he tries to play a 1-2 with Mokotjo. But Jeremy Bogie wins the ball back. It's given away and won back by Josephson. Now here's McEachran. Does really well. Dances past Ndoye. Nice ball to Sawyers. Sawyers just hustled out by Gardner in the centre. And it breaks forward. Barbe with a strong challenge into the ball with Jacques Magoma. It broke back towards Birmingham, but the ball played forward. Very comfortable for Brentford. And here they come again. Morpie doing really well. He's got to the man out on the wing there, who is Ollie Watkins. Here's Max Colan. A few half-hearted boos for him, and Dalsgaard gets there first as the ball's played over to this near side. It's all end-to-end stuff, but this has got all the ingredients to be a classic game this evening.
I think it's going to be an open game. Birmingham have set out well. I'm not coming there to sit back at all.
Here is Harley Dean, as you can probably tell. Gardner loses the ball. Mokotjo there first. Plays it through to Neil Morpie. Edge of the box, trying to play it wide to Josephson. Here's Dean once more. Doesn't get the best of clearances. Brentford win it back. First to the ball this evening in the early stages here. Here's Bjelland back in his own half. Forward to McEachran. A few spaces early on. Brentford a little bit quicker to the ball in the midfield. McEachran not the best ball given away. They look to win it back with Mokotjo, but Gardner, who's having quite a good effect for Birmingham in the early stages, managed to sweep up well, and checking Doyle, he trod on the ball there, and that just allowed Ollie Watkins to come back, get a touch in, And then BLM plays it back to Watkins, who returns the compliment once more. Here comes the Dane through the centre. Makocho moves the ball wide to Egan. Lovely disguised pass by Egan to Sawyers. Sawyers looking for options. He sees the Flying Dutchman on the right-hand side. Here is Josephson. Cuts the ball back. Cuts to Sawyers with a chance. The ball was just bouncing up. Difficult one to take. Couldn't quite get his body over it and slices it wide. But you can see how the sprinklers have made such an effect out there, Marcus. The pitch is not saturated, but on the surface, the ball's really skimming around, and that's going to suit the way Brentford play.
Especially those sort of crosses coming in low and hard from Josephson and Ollie Watkins. And it's good to see that Sawyers is trying to make that box as well.
And the sprinklers were really coming down, weren't they, for a while there, Mick, and you can see the surface has got this glistening effect on it.
Brentford are zipping it around well straight away, Mark, in the first 5 minutes there.
Here's Sawyers with a header out to the far side. Watkins, it's been a high tempo start from the Bees. Down the line to Sawyers once more. Over by the corner flag, by the tunnel on the Braemar Road side. Still being challenged by Robert, the referee, happy for to let things go. Still with it, Sawyers, then looking to turn. Look to see if he was being pulled back. I think the Paddock won that foul as much as anybody. And all the boys and girls over there up on their feet. Jeff Eltringham said, yeah, I'll give you that one. And it's going to be a free kick for the Bees, almost level with the penalty area. Ollie Watkins and Josh McEachran over there. Good atmosphere here at Griffin Park tonight. Good numbers behind Ealing Road. Just a few places in the top tier for Birmingham fans. Ollie Watkins to take this free kick. Gallagher and Magoma in the wall. This is about a yard in from the touchline. Up goes the left arm of McEachran. He plays it into the box. It bounces down and bounces behind, but it came off Brentford player last. John Egan doesn't agree with the referee there, and it's a goal kick. 6 minutes gone, Marcus, but it's been a cracking start.
Yeah, it's a very quick start. Obviously the Sprinklers have done their job and made the game very quick and greasy on top. Birmingham are not coming here to sit back and just try and take a point, but they're coming to attack their formation. The only danger is, I think, with them is that they haven't scored many goals, but you never know with them. They've got something in the locker with them. But Brentford, at the moment, have started really well, pinging that ball around in good areas.
Here's Magoma for Birmingham, forced back towards Roberts, who goes high up towards the edge of the box. Gallagher jumps too early. It's headed back out only as far as Gardner. There's Magoma. Maxi Cola makes a good run down the right-hand side, and they nearly thread that through. Well done, Johan Barbe. And here is McEachran having to mop up at the back towards Barbe, who just scoops that out into the far side. One of the fans headed that back into play. The ball's just going to run over towards the corner flag, so there is a little bit of a break here. Brentford back in position. Maxi Colan with a throw halfway inside the Brentford half on the Braemar Road side. Throws it to Gardner, and Gardner looks to turn down the line. That is past Magoma, and it will be a Brentford throw-in. Dean Smith just in his technical area below us, looking comfortable and cool as always. Does he ever look flustered? Not too often. And here's McEachran. Decides to go back to Bentley. Bentley being closed down by Gallagher, which ships this out towards Dalsgaard. Chests it down well, keeps the ball in play. Oh, didn't quite keep the ball in play. Must have just gone out. And played the ball down the line. So it's the youngster Cohen Bramall. Amazing story for him. Now on loan from Arsenal. It's played forward by Egan. Gardner with a chest it back. He was trying to find on this left-hand side Jeremy Boga, but a little bit too heavy. Skipped off the surface. Birmingham are going to take a few more minutes to get used to the surface, Marcus.
Yeah, they're good enough players to adapt to it, as they all should be.
Good play there by Mulfai. Switches the play out towards Watkins on the left-hand side. Watkins down the line to Makocho. Makocho looking to give a pass. Goes back to Watkins wide. Back to Makocho again. 15 yards outside the penalty area. Comes back to Barbe. Barbe took a couple of steps forward, looking for an option. Floats it out to this far side, looking for Josephson. Custom Mulfai on the volley. That took a touch, and that's gone behind for a corner. The first of the evening. It's time to say hello and good evening to our blind and partially sighted fans over on the far side. Thanks to the wave. Glad you're hearing us loud and clear. Ollie Watkins going to take the corner. It's a short one to McEachran. Back towards Watkins again. Keeps the ball in play, cuts it back to Morpo, slips on the edge of the box, and now Birmingham can break. They've a little ricochet off the referee, but it's a 3 against 2 at the moment as Sculling comes forward. He's got Magoma on the right hand side, plays the ball forward, and they're appealing for a foul in the process, so nothing given by the referee. Here's Gardner. Gardner tries a shot that's 15 yards over and 15 yards wide in the process as well. But a 3-on-2 break there, Marcus. That was dangerous, and once more, one of our players has slipped due to the slippery pitch, and it's only like that because of the excessive watering.
It can work for you, or it can work against you, and in that case it worked against us.
And here's Sawyers moving the ball quickly to Josephson. Chance for him to cross. Cuts the ball back well. Who's coming in there? McCotcher gets it on that right foot. It's going to go for goal, and it's blocked there by Harley Dean. Looked like a foul in the back of McEachran, nothing given. The referee happy to play on. Josephson down the line to Sawyers. Good football here. Ball played across and couldn't quite pick out the last man. Only clear as far as Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard back to Sawyers. Sawyers drives the ball across. Ball high, just wide. Really good football from Brentford, stretching Birmingham, and they were only a yard away from taking the lead, Mick.
Yeah, this is a really good policy Brentford have been playing in recent weeks. You can see the watering of the pitch, you get it down on the flanks and you ping it in low. The low crosses, we saw it on Saturday against Sunderland. Morpie scored a lovely back heel. That time, Romain Sawyers on the right-hand side, pinged in that cross. Neil Morpie ran onto it, 8 yards out, just past the post. Really good move by Brentford.
Brentford looking dangerous when they go forward. Not sure Birmingham have got too many answers in defence. Here's Watkins, having an influential game. We've only had 11 minutes gone, but it's been excellent here. And there's good play by McCotcher on the wing. Level with the penalty area, plays it inside. Here's Watkins, drives the ball across, tried to cut the ball back, didn't really wrap his foot around it. Barbe wins the next header. Gardner, clever dummy there, but Josephson looks to win it back, shows good strength, but Hutchman does win it back, and now McEachran plays it through to Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard plays the ball into the box. It takes a little bit of a spin, which killed its momentum, and goes all the way back towards Stockdale in the Birmingham goal, who's probably thinking, Mick, I'm in for a bit of an evening here.
Well, already you're seeing that the crosses that come in from the right flank and the left flank, nothing's in the air at all. It's all skidding off the pitch. The Birmingham defenders are having to reshuffle, keep their feet. Stockdale is having to be sharp. It's definite policy by Brentford, you can see, and it's working well.
It is indeed. Barbe just out of position a little bit there, went too far forward, and that's left us a man short at the back. The ball's played into Gallagher. Well, Gallagher tripped there, and I think he tripped over his own feet. He was looking for possibly a penalty on the edge of the box. I think that it may have just been outside, but he seemed to just fall over his own feet. He's not too happy about it. We'll come back to Mick and Marcus in a second for their thoughts on that. In the meantime, here's Harley Dean out towards his left-hand side to Bramwell, just inside the Brentford half. Little back heel by Jeremy Boger. And Jeff Eltringham, he's letting pretty well everything go here, which is good to see. Your thoughts on that?
Well, the Birmingham bench didn't really complain about that below us. So they've probably got a different view from us up there, but I didn't think it was a penalty or anything like that. It's just a tangling of his own feet that brought him down.
Mick?
Yeah, I think he just checked with the referee, and the referee kind of just confirmed the fact to him. Gallagher looked irate, but he's just accepted the fact and played on.
Good challenge there by Ollie Watkins, coming back to play the ball out for a throw. Take it off Magoma, so it'll be Matsikolan to take the throw. It's almost level with the penalty area. He's thrown it inside to Gardner. Gardner unmarked, no one within 10 yards of him at the moment. Plays it back to Colan on the right hand side. He steps on the ball for a second, comes back to Gardner. Brentford straight on them, but a nice ball over the top to Matsikolan in the box. When McCotcher's done really well, he read that, tracked it well, and got a volley upfield. Now here's Josephson trying to move the ball quickly. It's intercepted by Birmingham in the centre with the number 21 Jason Lowe. Now here's Egan at the other end, clearing for Brentford. Now here's Josephson, flicks the ball past Cohen Bramwell. Good run here by Josephson. Down this right-hand side, looks as if he's being pulled back. He's still with the ball. Oh, lovely little switch there. Needs a good ball in the box. He's just slipped over as he played it. Here's Mokotjo once more, does well. Referee getting in the way there, just in the D outside the edge of the penalty area. It's a couple of times he's got a little bit too close to play. I'm sure players will be having their word to it, and Birmingham eventually clear. But we've had 14 minutes, and what a cracking first 14 minutes.
Yeah, it's very quick. The pitch is obviously conducive to quick play, but both teams are playing it on the deck, which is good to see, and it's a very quick, frantic game. So it's been very easy to watch on the eye.
Ball played out to his right hand side. Dalsgaard heads it in field. That wasn't the ball he meant to play. It's intercepted by Chekendoy, who's controlled that well. Racing into the box, plays it across goal. It's only 3 yards wide. Not a bad effort from the big man. A few wolf whistles there from the Bees fans below us here on New Road.
It does look a bit cumbersome in his sort of approach. Having moved across the grass, he's probably effective with it as well. And you know, Cottrell's gone for him in the starting lineup in that midfield sort of forward area.
Kefton Beld, who normally plays there, of course, is suspended at the moment, so it's a decision to make about the personnel in that position. But that's a good bit of play, and there's some excellent play from Ollie Watkins coming across field. Not the best pass, didn't quite have enough on it to find Josephson, intercepted by Bramall, who plays it all the way back to Stockdale, who wraps his foot around it well. Plays it high up towards the halfway line, checking Doy against Sawyers, and Doy is stronger and a little bit more wily that time. Then Magoma's played it through. Here's Gallagher on the volley. He's gone wide and he's played it across, and Brentford have done well. They've managed to get a block in there and they've eventually cleared it, but you thought Gallagher for a second there, Marcus, was going to give Birmingham City the lead.
Yeah, it looked like it was just going to sit right for him to take a shot with his left foot. He didn't quite catch it as he wanted. Luckily it stayed out of the Brentford net.
Guess who's on the ball? There's one man behind us. You can hear his his tonsils are noticeably louder than anybody else's, and yeah, he's almost prepared for the ball every time it comes. Here we go again. No, I think he was a little bit quiet that time. It's just a few boos. It's given away by Dean, hence the cheers only as far as Sawyers. Here's McCotcher, who's everywhere in these first 15 minutes. Here he is on the ball again. Chips the ball forward to the Frenchman Mulpine. Mark Roberts just says, out the way. I'm going to step up and win that, which he did. Birmingham well into this game now. So here comes Magoma, the former Burton man, over to this left-hand side. There's Jeremy Boga. Down towards Bramall. Level with the penalty area. Inside to Lowe. Lowe on his right foot. Will he try a shot here? He doesn't. It's not a bad one. Skips off the surface. But Bentley had positioned himself well and kept that down nicely. Now McEachran has gone down just 10 yards outside our own penalty area. He's going to be okay. They looked as if they were going to call on the physio. Well, the physio's come on anyway, just as they were telling him, no, it's all right. I think he's going to be fine. He's, of course, he took a knock at the weekend, Mick, up at Sunderland. And we know he's not the most durable of players, and doesn't need the biggest knock to be in a little bit of trouble. I didn't see anything in general play of where he got in trouble.
He was just tracing down low, just outside the box, and they just kind of came together, and straight away, I don't know whether he turned an ankle or something like that, McEachran, but he just kind of went away from Lowe, which allowed Lowe to have the shot from 20 yards, skipped into Bentley's arms off the turf, but you just get the feeling that McEachran doesn't look too happy. He's just sitting there, and whilst the physio's looking at the bench as well, so I'm not sure that this is one where the physio is going to be able to persuade Josh to carry on. It's one of them ones. He did take a hefty knock at the weekend, and you just wonder if it's the same. Just looking at where he's actually working on. Is it the ankle, Mark?
It looks like it, doesn't it, Marcus?
Yeah, ankle or knee, but I think also with the conditions as well, it's quite greasy on top. We've seen in our offensive half, you know, Josephson slipped on the edge of the box. You've seen Morpie slip at the crucial time, and that's playing a part into the game as well. So off the ball, you are liable to slip over as well and kind of overstretch or twist something.
Doesn't look too bad. I mean, he's actually not limping off. He's kind of walking gingerly, shall we say.
Walking gingerly. I think that describes it well. But we're going to take a few seconds to see what they're going to do with him.
He's had a bright start in the game as well.
I think we are going to see a substitution here. You can see some action below us.
I think he's indicating there's something in his back.
Yeah, it looks like Woods is going to be coming on. So that is an early substitution for the Bees. Weren't expecting this one early. On comes Ryan Woods. Not a bad like-for-like player. Possibly doesn't give you the drive forward that Josh McEachran can offer, but can give you a little bit more steely resolve, Mick.
Yeah, completely. You know, both have got very good qualities. Both should be in that position. It seems to be their best position for the club at the moment. McEachran had the shirt, but he, as Marcus says, he's pointing at the kind of base of his just left-hand side of his back.
Yeah.
So it looks obviously like he's had some kind of back spasm, obviously in a lot of discomfort. But Ryan Woods, yeah, not 20 minutes in, he'll be straight into the game and as sharp as he was on Sunderland on Saturday.
Here's Dean on the ball, deep inside his own half, plays it back to Bramall. Bramall back to Stockdale, and in comes Ollie Watkins. He wasn't far away. Stockdale plays it forward. Wasn't a bad clearance in the end. Egan helps it on to Bjelland, who clears in a hurry. A little nudge in the back there of Josephson. The officials didn't see that one. And Gardner plays it through, and Egan just heads that back to Bentley. And here's Woods with his first touch of the evening, trying to get away from Ndoye, just finding his feet in the game. You can see that players are very wary at the back as the ball's played forward, Marcus, of the bounce and being caught out and keeping their feet, most importantly.
Yeah, you don't want to kind of slip over at the wrong time because it could end up in the back of your net. Someone coming onto it and finishing it off.
As Bentley plays it out towards Woods. Woods 20 yards from the halfway line. Here's Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard back towards Egan. Just lets the ball run through his feet. Comes back to Bentley again. Being closed down by Gallagher. Comes out to this right-hand side, looking for Josephson, who heads it in field. So Mokotjo takes it down well. Looks as if he may have controlled that with his arm, but nothing given by the officials. Few of the Birmingham players have appealed. A lovely driven ball across the surface by Woods, out towards Barbo, stepping forward once more. Little flick back to him from Sawyers. I'm not so sure Barbo read that first time. Wasn't expecting the ball back. Here's Dalsgaard tries to play it onto Mokotjo. Jeremy Boga back towards Bramall. Bramall only as far as Dalsgaard. Got time to chest it down. 10 yards inside the Birmingham half. Plays it down the line. Takes a deflection off Mokotjo. Mokotjo's played it back inside, expecting Dalsgaard to continue his run, but the Dane just stayed where he was. And now that Birmingham drive forward, and they've got a free kick 10 yards inside the Brentford half. If Brentford were dominant in that little spell, the break-in players probably suited Birmingham. They were all over here to the bench getting instructions from Steve Cotterill. He's seen some vulnerability in their own play in the first 15 minutes. And here's Gardner with the free kick. It's out to the right-hand side, only as far as Barbe, who's got time to clear it upfield. He has more time to control that and bring it forward, but he's played it forward and it was easily headed back inside the Brentford half. Now here's Magoma. Magoma out towards Jeremy Boga on this left-hand side. Bramall on the overlap. He plays it to Bramall, who crosses it, and it hits Dalsgaard, and it goes behind for a Birmingham corner there, first of the evening. The only goals in the division tonight. Barnsley in a bit of trouble at home against Burton. 1-0 down, and Middlesbrough are beating Hull City, who are in a lot of trouble at the moment. So northeast game there, not too far for Hull to travel tonight to Middlesbrough, but a goal down, and that's not a scoreline that particularly suits us. Up goes the right arm. The corner is whipped into the far post. Bentley just claws it further away, and Ollie Watkins won't stop that. Well, he did stop it from going out of play. Really good play there by Watkins, and he keeps the ball in play as well on the far side and plays it up to Mokotjo. Head down, he's over the halfway line now. Looks to cut back. Did well there, Mokotjo. There wasn't really too many options for him, and he's allowed Barber instead to split play over to this near side to Dalsgaard. Now here's Josephson halfway inside the Birmingham half. Little drop of the shoulder. He's going to take on Jeremy Bogie. There's Sawyers looking to help him, just 10 yards outside the area. Looking at a little give and go with Neil Morpie, perhaps didn't quite come off that time, and then Birmingham go long. Barber with a header back. Not the best one from him. Not had too many of those the last few months. And there's a match to go. He just completely overran the ball, and it went out of play, and Brentford throw it down the line. Here's Watkins. Watkins does well, shows good strength. Mokotjo inside to Barber coming forward, and as soon as he went past Gardner just stuck the back of his foot out, said, "You're not getting past me," and indeed he didn't. Went to ground. I like the referee tonight. He's let a lot go, Jeff Eltringham.
Yeah, I think he's added to the game. It's very fast and frantic. It's kind of settled down. Brentford had a very good first 15 minutes. Birmingham have been quite good in this game. They're keeping in this game, showing a bit of fight, which they need to do in their position. But it's very even, very even.
Here's Barbe. We are just over halfway through the first half. Barbe switches play out towards Dalsgaard, but the ball was 5 yards behind him. Barbe looks to the heavens, cursing himself. Not the best delivery. Dalsgaard just looks perplexed.
It's a bit of a waste of time for the big boys from the back to go up all that way. Wasted opportunity.
The ball is thrown by Bramall back to Stockdale, who can't pick it up because Nwankpa was going to make a challenge.
It didn't seem he was too happy with that bouncing ball going back to him as well. It's giving Bramall daggers with his look.
Here's Woods. Woods to Bjelland. 20 yards inside his own half. Goes square. Plays the ball just ahead of Gallagher there. Brentford have retained possession. Now here's Dalsgaard up to Joseph. Turns beautifully and was taken down there by Bramall, but I think showed a little bit of experience there. He was running out of a bit of real estate on this near side and thought, oh, if I get close to you, I can go down, because I'm not really going anywhere here.
It's a good battle though between Bramall and Josephson. Both very quick players, both want to get forward.
Yeah, a little bit of wily wing play there by Florian. He kind of just brought Bramall just too close to him, and like I said, a little bit of a talking to by the referee. Bramall's under watch.
That's his second offence. Here's Mokotjo, plays the ball into the box. Dalsgaard goes up for it. Dalsgaard was never really looking comfortable to be getting that one. Didn't really make much of an effort to get it, Mick.
Nothing with the head there. He was just going with the body, trying to find something where the Birmingham defender made a mistake. Went straight over the Birmingham defender's head, straight into play. Bit of a waste from Brentford's point of view. Well,
the one night you want Queen's Park Rangers to do you a favour, I'm afraid they're behind at Sheffield United, who've taken the lead at Bramall Lane. Well, Brentley wanted to roll it out to this near side to Mokotjo, but Egan was all of a sudden in his way, so he's had to delay that, and he's just rolled it underarm short to Bjelland, who goes out towards Watkins, heads it infield, looking for Sawyers, but Lowe's done well coming back. Morpie battling to get it back off Lowe, though. It's played back towards Stockdale, who goes high. Chicken-Doy onto this one, gets there first, but it only hits Woods, who's well, Woods has done well. I think in the end he's a little bit unfortunate there, Gardner, to get the decision against him, but we'll take it. Now here's Josephson on this right-hand side, just below us, plays a great ball to Mokotjo. Mokotjo now into the box, needs a good cross, flicks it across, it nearly came to Watkins. Sawyers was free on the far side of the penalty area, couldn't quite drift the ball across. Birmingham managed to clear, and here's the big Chicken-Doy. Under a bit of pressure, turns, does well, plays it inside to Gardner, back to Ndoye again. And Dalsgaard goes in with a challenge. Dalsgaard looks like he may have been hurt. He's down on the surface. He's now getting out, now trying to run it off. Brentford retain possession. Here's Barbe. Joseph gets, give me the ball out in the wing. Kills it nicely. Almost level with the penalty area. They've double upped on him though. He goes to, tries to get down to the bar, and that came off him last, and that will be a goal kick. They've done well, Birmingham.
Yeah, you know, I think that last cross by Mokotjo was probably the first one that was lifted into the box. It came to nothing, but every other ball that's gone into the box from this right-hand side has been low and hard.
This one's played forward. Morpie coming through the centre. A combination of Dean and Roberts getting themselves out of trouble, but Watkins then wins it back. Watkins coming through. Bramall again involved. Oh, Stockdale, really poor clearance. He was so fortunate there. Only comes to Mokotjo now. It's Josephson down the right-hand side. Watkins plays it across. Morpie, no one coming in. Here's Sawyers. He's blasted it high over the bar. Well, Brentford couldn't quite capitalise on an absolute howler there from Stockdale. Gifted the ball back towards Brentford on the edge of the box, and they couldn't quite punish them.
Now it's a great opportunity to try and get that initial goal, but Sawyers just got too much underneath it, lent a bit back on that, and the ball sailed wide and high over the bar.
Egan with a strong header back. Morpie heads it down. He's looking for Joseph, but Mokotjo is everywhere. He's brilliant tonight, Mokotjo. Lets the ball run out to this near sider. have to say, such a different player from that one Mick we saw up at Bramall Lane on the first day of the season, where he was running around like a headless chicken, just looked completely like a fish out of water. But he's everywhere now.
For older listeners, he reminds me of Keith Jones tonight. You know,
Yes,
where
yeah.
The arms.
He's everywhere.
everywhere, isn't it, Marcus?
Yeah.
Ball played in the centre of the park towards Roberts and Watkins. Roberts gets there first, but it's headed back Watkins' way. Watkins head down, a little bit of space for him. He's going to have a go himself. Goes for goal, it's in! Ollie Watkins opens the scoring in the 31st minute. Stockdale will be disappointed he didn't do better, but he's buried it in the bottom corner. He races over to the New Road fans. Little bit of a celebration there, and Brentford finally take the lead.
Well, brilliant opportunity for Ollie Watkins. Picked up the ball midway in his own attacking half. Looking for options, couldn't find a slip ball to that out wide right. He just carried on, and thought, you know what, I'm just going to pin my ears back, another dig, and he's absolutely spanked it into that bottom corner.
You have to say David Stockdale will be looking at that. We've been talking about the pitch and glistening off the pitch. Ollie did what needs to be done. He pinged it in from 20 yards. It skidded off the turf, and Stockdale got a hand to it. It was close to him, just pushed it into the bottom corner. Brentford 1, Birmingham 0.
Harley, what's the score? Well, Ollie Watkins, he's had a bit of a drought, hasn't scored since that tap-in against Fulham, but he's now back on the score sheet, and that's his 9th of the season in all competitions. And Brentford take the lead just at a time where Birmingham were looking very, very comfortable. What's their response to it? Well, here is Sawyers looking to get the ball going again for the Bees, but it's won back by Birmingham instead. Here's Gardner on the right side, plays it to Magoma. He slipped over on this slippery surface. Magoma in field to Gardner. Gardner then back to Roberts on the right-hand side, inside his own half. And then Lowe plays it down the line. Barbie got close to Maxi Colin. Well, the linesman's 4 yards away from the ball there, and he's looking at the referee for help with that decision. He had no idea that came off last. Now here's Brentford with Watkins back towards Barbie. Chips it beautifully forward to Sawyers, who turns well. Great ball inside of Makocho. Makocho needs the right ball through. Josephson, real chance here, and the flag's gone up. He was just spinning it. It looked as if he wasn't quite controlling it. Possibly not quite the right option at the end there. May have been better the ball coming over onto this right-hand side, but Josephson had just gone a yard too early.
He should have just tried to shoot straight away instead of trying to cut it back and bring the defender back into the game.
Well, now he's a goal machine, of course. Ball played forward. There's Dean with a header down. A lot of space being seen here in the midfield all of a sudden. Now here's Woods coming forward. Plays it to Makocho. Makocho, edge of the box. Oh, out to this left-hand side to Joseph, and once more he could have had a go. Here's Dalsgaard. Will he have a shot? Towards the edge of the box. Back towards Woods. Woods with a chance to cross it. Plays the ball. He's bouncing around there, struggling to clear it. Here's Gardner. Dalsgaard once more. Gets possession back for the Bees. Here's Woods. Woods did well. Just got the right side of Jeremy Bogan. Now he's Dalsgaard under a bit of pressure from Gardner again. Ball played down the line. Here's Makocho looking to spin. And he's done well there. Wins a throw. Last touch was off Bramall. It's really hotting up now here at Griffin Park. 33 minutes gone. Brentford lead by a goal to 0. So Ollie Watkins leads the goal charts for the Bees now with his 9th of the season. Here's Egan coming forward. Josephson 2 yards outside the penalty area. He's driving forward. Josephson tries to look past to Mulpie. Mulpie back to Sawyers. Sawyers no chance to get a shot in. Goes wide to Watkins. Watkins trying to get on his right foot. Chips the ball inside. Comes off low last. Birmingham clear only as far as Brentford. There's Barbe. Just chips it out to near side to Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard short to Makocho. Back to the Dane Dalsgaard again. Down the line to Joseph, seeing a lot of the ball tonight. Then a little triangle with Makocho. Dalsgaard, no one on for him, decides to turn and go back to Dan Bentley, and the Brentford fans are feeling a lot happier now that Brentford have scored first here tonight. There's Dean's done well there against Mulpie, and Dean's just turned around and raised his arm to Mulpie as if, well, what are you claiming it was your foul in the first place for?
Brentford are beginning to hustle. They're not a yard quicker since the goal. They're 2 yards quicker since the goal. They're beginning to flood through the midfield. Birmingham are hanging on here. It's like I said, this is where Brentford do the 1-2. 1 goal in the first half, and like I said, they really are going for Birmingham at the moment.
Stockdale plays the free kick out towards the edge of the box. It bounces down, then he comes to Deans, cleared by Woods in the end. Then headed wide by Maxi Colan, but that's going to be retrieved by Watkins, who lets the ball run across him and then plays it back towards Barbe. Good option there. The Frenchman's driving forward. He sees Josephson on this right-hand side. Bramall steps up, does well, gets a foot in. Then it's played inside by Jeremy Boga. Checkendoué plays it back out towards the wing with his head. Is Boga. Boga's done well. He's tried to get past Sawyers. Sawyers got the last touch. It will go out for a throw. You do feel when that break was on, that was a time to get that second goal. It was just the wrong decision with the final ball from Mokotjo. Perhaps he could have had a go himself. And as we've been saying, on this surface, as Stockdale has proved, goalkeepers don't want balls bouncing just in front of them, Nick.
No, I think that's absolutely right, Mark. Brentford have played the conditions better than Birmingham. Birmingham have had a fair first half. They'll be a little aggrieved, Cottrell. He kind of rejigged it. They're going in at the moment 1 down, but the difference is that Brentford have come more fluid. Certainly the conditions are helping them. Yep. We're playing at home, and like I said, they're using the ball and moving it very quickly indeed.
I don't want to take anything away from Wally's goal, but the goalkeeper's got to be disappointed.
Here's Mokotjo up towards the edge of the penalty area, played inside to Sawyers. Can he turn? Looking on his right foot, takes a shot, deflects away to the far side, and taken all the sting out of it. And Stockdale will retrieve, and he will go long. Here's Barbe with a good header. Marcus, you were saying?
Trying to think what I was saying now.
Stockdale and then the front.
Stockdale, yeah. I think, you know, if you're Birmingham, you'd be thinking the goalkeeper should be saving that at least, but he's not got down quick enough. But you've got to give the credit to Ollie Watkins. He's taken the opportunity to shoot, use the conditions, and you know he's come up trumps with it. It's gone in the back of the net.
He deserves a break, Ollie, as well. He's starting to find his form again that we saw early on in the season. Here's Egan up towards Morpie. Great control from the Frenchman. And now here's Josephson, who's having a tidy game tonight. Lovely little spin there in the centre. Now it's Dalsgaard. Now Sawyers. Brentford lighting up Griffin Park here. Good ball inside there towards Bjelland. Back in his own half. Short to Mokotjo. The Olays will be going up soon. That's, I think, 10 touches we've had. Here's Mokotjo on the ball again. Out towards Ollie Watkins on the wing. Level with the penalty area. He's going to take on Maxi Colan. Into the box, Ollie Watkins is driving wide. Still with it, Watkins, but just crowded out in the end. Looking to win it back off Gardner. In goes Sawyers, but Maxi Colan is there first. Looking to break here as he plays the ball forward. Dalsgaard just gets a little flick with the outside of his boot to stop that. The ball going forward, but Jeremy Boga gets past Woods, plays the ball to the edge of the box. He's Gallagher looking to turn well, and in the end, Andreas Bjelland does well, plays it forward. Roberts controls it well for Birmingham. Then Gardner on the ball, low, a little bit behind Harley Dean. Harley Dean inside the Brentford half, driving forward, goes past Morpie, plays out to his left-hand side, a little bit too heavy with the pass there to Bramall. Now there's another foul there by Bramall. That's his third of the evening. The referee has just given him a look as if to say, okay, I know that wasn't a bad one, but I can't let you keep getting away with this.
Just a little bit inexperience, obviously league football. It's up against some experienced players in Josephson and Dalsgaard.
Yeah.
And I think Brentford are they're not targeting him, but they're just using that sort of inexperience to maybe just get a few more decisions
and he
out
did
of him.
well there, Dalsgaard. He knew he was at the wrong end of the pitch, and he's just put himself in a position to draw the foul. Brentford playing the ball out of the back here with Bjelland. Out towards Watkins, plays the ball inside, looking for Mokotjo. Roberts steps forward. Watkins wins it back though, does well. There's Joseph. Oh, if Ollie had left that, Brentford had 3 players going forward through the centre, but he just tried to flick it on when he didn't need to. Ball play forward, only as far as Bjelland. Here's Dalsgaard. Now Egan, just outside of his own penalty area, floats the ball out towards Barbe. Barbe plays the ball inside when he needed to control it better. It's come back to him via Woods. No, Woods in the end finds Bjelland instead. Now Mokotjo, Mokotjo too heavy with the pass this time. When Sawyers was the easy ball, he just tried to play it too far ahead of him. And now Birmingham can break down the left-hand side. Jeremy Boga is past Dalsgaard, ball into the box. Brentford need to clear it, and they do. With Egan, now here's Sawyers. The game is stretched. It's almost like it's the 85th minute. Here's Sawyers, plays the ball through to Morpie. Oh, Morpie's just run across the ball, and the ball's gone the other side. What a stretched game, though, Marcus.
Very open, but you know Brentford are dominating that midfield area. Woods is coming to really good effect in there, mopping things up and starting our attacks off.
Bjelland steps forward to win the ball in midfield. There's Roberts who goes long. It's a diagonal ball that's going to run out of play. I think Bjelland is just hoping this runs over the dead ball line, which it does. He had to shield it out of play in the end. Gallagher says, well, he's trying to play it back towards Bentley, just plays it over his head. Bentley's okay, quite happy with that. We've got the goal advantage. But Brentford will be looking to add on this, and we'll need a second to try and make the game safe.
You know, 1-0 is never enough, not unless you're 100% comfortable in that match and dominating the play. 2 goals just stretches it a bit more for him, but sure it will come.
Low in the centre. Barbe step forward. Now is Harley Dean coming forward, plays it through to Gardner. And Jeremy Boger on this left-hand side. Bramall on the overlap. He finds Bramall. Dalsgaard gets a touch in. Jeremy Boger again comes back to Harley Dean. Still the boost for Dean. He's low. Low's left the ball behind, and now Brentford can break. They could be in here. Here's Morpie. Can he play the right ball? Morpie plays it across. Great chance for Joseph. Oh, he's gone wide, but he still scored. Brentford do get that second goal before the break, and they've really hurt Birmingham City there. And Josephson's got his 5th of the season.
A great pickpocket from Morpie there. Robbed the midfielder. Had a 3 versus 2 break. Made the right decision. He had Ollie Watkins on his right. He had Josephson on his left. He's picked out Josephson, who's taken a touch and gone round the keeper to slide it into 2-0.
Classic counter-attack in Brentford. Neil Morpie, he actually picked the pocket of the Birmingham midfielder on halfway. They sprinted clear, 3 against 2. Morpie this time weighed it up. Should he go right, Watkins, left, Josephson? He chose the right man. Florian, 1 touch, went to his left, went round Stockdale, but Florian knows how where the net is these days. Slipped it under Stockdale. Brentford 2, Birmingham 0.
Well, you can hear what the Brentford fans think of that and who they're targeting with their chance, and what an important goal that is. Here he is on the ball again, and well, that was Low just dawdling on the ball, catching it under his feet, and this tricky surface in the midfield, and Brentford made them pay that time. They didn't with the previous break where Mokotjo was through. Now here's work for John Egan to do as he plays it back to Bentley. Bentley nonchalantly plays that to his right hand side. Gallagher looks to have pulled up there. He may be in a little bit of trouble. He's trying to run it off. Now here's Egan. Chips it forward to Mokotjo. Mokotjo turns nicely. He's had a storming first half as Cameron Mokotjo. And here's Josephson. Josephson back in field to Woods. Woods first time ball out towards Barbe. Watkins available. Watkins against Maxine Colan. And just tries to flick it through to Sawyers. Didn't have enough, but Gardner then just plays it downfield. There's no one within 30 yards of that for Birmingham, and I have to say, since the goal, we've been far more impressive. As Mick said, we're not 1, we're 2 strides ahead of them, and a little bit quicker, and they're all of a sudden starting to look very vulnerable, Birmingham City, which is music to your ears, no doubt, and certainly what we're seeing out there is being enjoyed by everybody tonight. It's Brentford trying to come forward again. Jack McGoma working hard at the back. Maxine Colin under pressure. And Neil Morpie's got a challenge in. It's just about found its way back to Stockdale. 2 Brentford players charging down. Off the back of the head of Egan. It will come to Bjelland. And there's going to be a foul in the process there as well, given by Jeff Altrincham. A lot of the Brentford fans are making their way off to get their half-time bovril and snacks, and very, very happy. Lots of smiles on the faces of the Bees fans around here, and rightly so. Here's Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard infield towards Bjelland. Bjelland fires the ball up towards Morpie. Morpie can't quite control it. Comes off low, and it's all the way back towards Stockdale. I think there was the referee was just intimating there he didn't consider that a back pass as it came off low last. Once upon a time, you'd have had those given as a foul, but not the way the game is now. When that law first came out, they were giving them for all sorts of, you know, if it literally hit you on the way and went back to the keeper, that was it. That was considered a back pass. Here's Morpie, who's really come into some form now. The little pest, as Marcus calls him, a little Frenchman, as Mick calls him. He's played his part tonight, and he's just put A great ball through to Josephson, who I thought initially may have just gone a little bit too wide, Marcus.
Yeah, his first touch was quite big, and I thought that was the opportunity for Stockdale to just gather it, but the touch was big enough for him to go past Stockdale.
Oh, Woods in the centre's done well. He's gone past Gardner and Lowe, so there's a big hole in the centre. That allows Sawyers to break through. Here's Watkins on the charge into the box on his right foot. A good block there by Roberts. Thought we were going to go into the break 3-0 up. It's come back to Barbe. Barbe plays it forward. It's hit Magoma. They appeal for handball. Oh, in goes Woods. And Woods looked as if he was a little bit off the ground there, but he got there well ahead of Magoma. He was a little bit off the ground, but I think he was there half a second before Magoma.
And that's what Woods is saying to him. He got the ball, he went through the ball cleanly, but Magoma obviously going to go over Woods.
Yeah.
Tripped over Woods and try to make it look a little bit more theatrical because Woods was off the ground. That's why Woods was incandescent with rage. He went straight over to Magoma, pulled him up and said, "What are you playing at, son?"
Yeah. Well, I think Arley knows they're 2-0 down and they're in a battle because Brentford are looking pretty rampant as they're coming up towards the half-time break. We'll be having a little chat with us with Mick and Marcus at the break, talking about promotion, what Brentford will need and so on and so forth. So stay with us for that, and if you've got any questions you can send them in on Twitter via iFollow. Good to have you all listening to us this evening. I hope you've enjoyed the first 40 minutes serving. Hasn't been bad, has it? Brentford 2, Birmingham 0. Maxi Colin with a throw down the line. There's Magoma onto the ball, and Gallagher's just fallen over his own feet, which we've seen for the second or third time. A little coming together with Biel in there as well. He's just getting frustrated, the youngster Gallagher. As Dow's goal wins the ball back again on this right-hand side. Tries to play it through to Mokotjo, who's been brilliant this first half, Marcus.
He's been absolutely all over the place in this first half, covered every blade of grass, used the ball to really good effect out there.
Oh, look at the strength there from Morphy as well. As he's come through, and Gardner just, well, the referee's calling Gardner towards him, just trying to calm him down. And Gardner says, well, what's that all about? And I think because of his protest, and maybe just the way he looked at him.
Yeah.
As it was the way he looked at him, it was getting fed up with this. What was that all about?
Yeah.
And because the referee had no intention of booking him, and that was clever.
It was a foul and dissent, got Gardner a yellow there. This is good to see. Birmingham are beginning to lose a little bit of discipline. We've seen 3 players now make bad fouls, and the referees had to pull them up each time. Good signs for Brentford here.
Here's the free kick. It's short to Woods. Woods floats it into the box, and it's a good strong header away by Roberts. Sawyers will retrieve, plays it infield to Watkins. Watkins back towards Sawyers, who's then facing his own goal, and plays it all the way back towards Bentley. Bentley goes long, looking for Dean or Morphy. It's beaten both of them, just holds his ground. Harley Dean goes all the way through to Stockdale. Should be seeing the half-time whistle any second. There it is. The cheers go up from the Brentford faithful. It's Brentford 2, Birmingham City 0. Brook Road with the Birmingham fans behind. And let's hope that the magic we saw from the Spaniard has got 45 minutes of rest tonight, and he parks it elsewhere. He's a difficult player to think badly of, one who's gone from the club games for so many special moments, Mick. But we just can't wish him well tonight, obviously. Here he is on the ball. His first touch, he plays it back towards another former B, Maxine Colin. Then Lowe plays it forward. There's Hotter looking to try and get past Barber, and he's done that quite easily. Lobs the ball to the far post. A little bit too heavy. It's going to be picked up by the other substitute, Shay Adams, on that far side. Going to be quite a battle for Barbe in this second half, because you know Hotter will beat him for pace. The ball's crossed into the box, and a chance to head it down, and Woods has missed the ball, and a shot comes in, and it's a good block. Then it comes to Gallagher, who turns and places it 6 inches over the bar. Birmingham could have been right back in it there in the first minute.
A bit of a sloppy start there by Brentford. Not dealing with the danger in the areas too well. Woods had the chance to clear the ball but failed to do that. It still bobbled around, and Gallagher's just put his shot over the bar.
Yeah, exactly. Sam Gallagher was only, what, 8 yards out.
Yeah.
The ball came to him. Trey Adams had a shot, well blocked by the defence, fell to Gallagher, and he just spooned it over Bentley's bar. That was a golden opportunity for Birmingham to get back in the game.
It's a Bjelland who has to go long. Roberts with a header down to Maxi Cohen. Looks to get past Watkins. He does glide past Watkins, and now he's coming down the right-hand side. Gallagher had to step it, sort of check his run, and well done, Ollie Watkins. Plays it in field to Woods. Woods just onto Makocho. Brentford moving the ball quickly, looking to settle into the second half. Woods has taken a few too many touches there, and Brentford have had to play their way out of trouble. Sawyer's now back to Woods. Now there's a little bit of space for them to settle, and a ball played out to the far side. Well, it has actually... well, he fell over his own feet there, surely. It looked as if the Bramall had just fallen over his own feet there, Marcus.
He's trying to buy a foul out of him.
And
the referee didn't.
Referee's a long way from
Yeah.
the play there, and he's seen him go down, and it's as if, okay, I'll give it to you. I don't think anything was given by the linesman there. He's Egan having to mop up at the back with Gallagher breathing down his neck. So he's played it up into the crowd, 10 yards from the corner flag. It's been a bright start from Birmingham, but you know they're going to come out and ask us some questions at the start of the second half. But as Mick says, as they press forward, gaps will be left. Harley Dean's gone up for the header here. It's going to be a long throw coming in from that far side. Here the throw comes down. Dean heads it high into the box. Bentley tries to play it forward. Comes back to Shay Adams, and he sliced it wide. And Brentford under a little bit of pressure. The Birmingham fans are heartened behind the goal.
I think what Brentford can take, good encouragement from is that Birmingham have not scored enough league goals. I think it's only 22 that they've scored all season. So they've got that as a bit of a banker to like not worry too much about.
Sawyers, nice ball to Josephson, looks to spin and get goal side, just inside the Birmingham half. Plays the ball down the right side, looking for Dalsgaard, but it's blocked there by Birmingham, who look to break forward. Now Sawyers just steps up, plays it Josephson, not the best ball forward. There was a chance there, but he thread the right ball through to Neil Morpie. Brentford looking to press Birmingham now. Here's Matt Sikolan on this right-hand side, getting a few boos from the New Road faithful. Chicken Doyle, where he completely missed that ball. Wood said thanks very much. He's played up to Neil Morpie, who's done well. Turn full circle, plays it back to Barbe, who's coming infield. Nice ball to Woods. Woods then floats the ball forward, looking for the Frenchman. Morpie hits it on to his Watkins. Back to Morpie. Morpie with a shot. Oh, nearly beat Stockdale down to his left-hand side. That would have been a fantastic goal, Marcus Gale.
Brilliant combination play between Ollie Watkins and Morpie. Quick little 1-2. Ends up with a free shot on the edge of the box.
Just tried to place it in that far corner. He called it well, Mick.
Yeah, it was a lovely little header by Morpie into Watkins, a back heel from Ollie, and it was just a curler from Morpie. Caught it well, but Stockdale was behind it.
There's a foul there from Max Sikolan. Just in the back of Ollie Watkins, who's just gone to ground here, so it may have just been caught on his right thigh, just giving that a rub. Referee says give you a little bit of time to get up to take this one, but Brentford have steadied themselves now, Marcus, in the second half. It was a bright start from Birmingham initially.
Yeah, Birmingham have to come out and change their tempo and then emphasis on the game. Brentford have weathered that well, and hopefully can just get back into their first half sort of performance.
BLM with a short free kick to Makocho, 15 yards outside the penalty area, then goes wide to Sawyers. Sawyers has got Dalsgaard on the wing. He's played it short to Josephson instead. Then a ball down the line, looking for Dalsgaard. It has found Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard into the box. Chance for the third. There it is. Neil Morpie. He scored once more. And Brentford are 3 up.
What a brilliant bit of play. Cute little combination down the right-hand side of the box. Ends up with Dalsgaard in oceans of space. He draws a low, powerful ball into the 6-yard area. Morpie's just there for a tap-in. Brilliant football.
Brilliant play by Morpie. He looked up with Dalsgaard. Got to give credit to Henrik. He looked up. Morpie went to go first, then came back. Dalsgaard found him perfectly with another low ping cross. Morpie side-footed it in from 5 yards. Brentford are 3 up against Birmingham.
And that is just the start of the second half the Brentford fans wanted. Birmingham came out the traps as the whistle went for the second half. Looking to get back into this game, went close early on, and another cry of Harley, Harley, what's the score? I see they leave Hotter and Maxi after this one. It's Harley who's the pantomime villain here, but You knew that. That was all already on the billboards, wasn't it, Mick?
I'm afraid so. Harley's going to have to take this one on the chin tonight.
Yeah, 3 billboards outside Griffin Park, Brentford. Here's Roberts. And Brentford have given away a foul just inside the Birmingham half. It's going to be taken by Harley Dean. He leaves it for Gardner. And he races forward. And that was a classic goal. You could see they were looking for the overlap. It found its way through to Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard pinpoint cross into the box. And Neil Maupay just blasted into the back of the net. No chance for the keeper. Ball played high into the penalty area. It bounces down for Birmingham. It's played wide. Will Harley Dean get there? And he does. He's won a corner for his side off Sawyers. So stay up for this one. Over goes Gardner to take that one just in front of the tunnel. Brentford 3, Birmingham 0.
Need to just weather this storm as well for Brentford.
Here comes the corner into the near post. It's headed back in again, then up in the air from Checkindoy and behind, and the cheers go up from the Brentford fans. And well, Judgy will be saying, Gaffer, get me on.
I've got to be saying that this Brentford side now, well, I mean, they'll be supremely confident, and Birmingham's defence looks very leaky indeed. So Brentford really fancy this in the last half hour.
Well, Neil Maupay says to Ollie Watkins, anything you can do, I'll try and match you. Both on 9 goals for the season now. And Sawyers, well, a bit of a risky ball there by Sawyers towards the edge of the box, and well done, Ryan Woods. It wasn't, I know there's total football, Marcus, but there's times where you don't need it, and that was one of the occasions. But Brentford have played their way out of trouble well, as Makocha then goes up for the ball on the halfway line. And they've done well, they've won it back. Here's Neil Maupay, he sees Watkins down this left-hand side. Little Frenchman's driving forward. Good pace shown by Maupay. Can he play in Watkins here? Well, he had the option to play it out to Watkins, but for some reason, he just tried to hold on to the ball. Not sure what he was trying to do there, Mick.
Yeah, he just kind of got his feet, and he got the defender got in front of him. Just lost his chance to lay it off. But he's playing well, Maupay.
Different man now after that performance against Preston. Seemed to just be the start of his confidence. Now ball played down the left-hand side. Ollie Watkins charging forward. Oh, Stockdale spilt it. Watkins can get on the ball. Who's in the box? No one's there. It's Maupay. It's in. Maupay scored. What a gift. Another howler from Stockdale. He's lost the ball to Ollie Watkins on the edge of the box. He's played it back to Neil Maupay. He now leads the goal charts. Maupay's trying to place it into the net. It's hit the underside of the bar, rattled down and gone into the back of the net. It's Brentford 4, Birmingham City 0.
Can't believe what we're witnessing at the moment. A hat-trick by Maupay, you know, an interception by Ollie Watkins from the goalkeeper. He's picked him out. I'm not too sure if that ball was on target to start with, but the deflection has put it on target, in off the crossbar to make it, what is it, 4-0 now?
Birmingham are falling apart at the seams here. It really is. Stockdale all day long, that was the keeper's ball. Watkins played him, Neil Maupay. As Marcus says, he side-footed this from about 15 yards. It looked like it was just going past the post. It clipped a Birmingham defender, clipped the underside of the bar. In it went. Birmingham are all at sea here. Brentford 4, Birmingham 0.
And I very much doubt it is the end of the scoring. Harley Dean under pressure. Well, you know it's your day when there's gifts and there's gifts, and that is he's a great goalkeeper, Stockdale. And he's given us 2 belated Christmas presents tonight.
We said it at half-time, Mark, that Birmingham are a swinging gate here, and this gate is wide open now.
Well, Potter out there at the moment. Penny for his thoughts. He is getting a block at the moment. Oh, lovely little spin by Sawyers in the centre. He's eventually beaten by Gardner, but he wins the foul. That was a great finish by Gardner. It's a little bit unfortunate there. He saw Bentley off his line and he's chipped him for half the pitch.
Probably lucky the referee didn't see it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he's already in the book, of course. But then Woods, what a great pass that is, out to Dalsgaard. A little flick back towards Joseph. Brentford on fire now. They're looking for 5. Here's Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard back to Josephson. They're only in the 55th minute. Here's Makocha then wide to Dalsgaard. this is manna from heaven, this performance tonight from Brentford. Here's Egan, and they're all wanting to get on the score sheet now as Egan was coming forward, but it's a break here for Birmingham City, but they've overplayed there. It then breaks all the way through to Bentley on the edge of the box. He just says to Hotter, out the way, we're looking for 5, and here's Barbe to Makocho. He's on a hat-trick now, of course, the little Frenchman, and there he is battling for the ball. He's taking it back off Dean, hence the cheers. There's Hotter on the ball. As Hotter skips past Watkins. There's Colan back towards Roberts. There's Stockdale getting the cheers from the crowd as the ball coming back to him with no pace on it whatsoever. But, well, that last goal for Watkins, that was a total gift. I'm not sure how we can describe that one, but you'll see it. And it looked as if my shot was missing, but it came down off the underside of the bar, and Stockdale, well, he wanted the ground to open up. Ball's with Bram on the left-hand side. Joseph tries to go with him, and they've done well there, Brentford on the far side. Dalsgaard just intercepted a little back heel. So only one more substitute for Birmingham City. Hotter's tying his laces up on this near side. Looks as if he's out the game at the moment. He's okay now. Here's Gardner, 10 yards inside the Brentford half. Well, if Birmingham had any chance of getting back into this this game at half-time, they went very close at the start of the second half. You thought they might make a game of it, but within a matter of minutes, your game plan is just ripped up as they're now 4-0 down, and we're not even as far as the hour mark, Marcus.
No, it's been a brilliant second half start by Brentford. Just taking the game and put it into full throttle.
And this will make all the supporters so happy tonight. We've lost 3 first-team players to this side, and we're beating them 4-0. And like I said, it's just an epitome of what Brentford are all about. We just carry on. We carry on playing the same football all the time, and we're up 4-0 against Birmingham City.
The ball's played down towards the edge of the box. Bentley says, thank you very much. I can take this one all day long. And he's looking to get this out quickly. Of course, Mick, people our age will know the bad feeling against Birmingham City, and Marcus, you had a few games against them, but they took Martin Granger off us, they took Nicky Forster off us, and then the cruelest one of all was DJ Campbell, which of course we were looking to get out of the wretched Division 1 that season, and that was a real big blow to us. So they were always seen as a team who were trying to take advantage of us, but wind the clock forward, and Brentford are on a little bit of a stroll here. They are taking the proverbial. Ball played forward. Hotter is beaten on the halfway line. It's all going wrong for Birmingham at the moment, and Brentford fans are absolutely loving this, as Mick has rightly said. Sawyer's now through to Watkins. Watkins, he's wide, goes for goal himself. Stockdale's filled it. Watkins again. Now Stockdale's somewhere to recover, and it's behind for a Brentford corner. Nearly the 5th there, Marcus.
Nearly the 5th. Ollie's got the sights to shooting for this second half. He's come up trumps in that first half against Stockdale. He's tried again at the near post. Keeper's nearly fumbled it back into his path, but it's gone out for a corner.
Morpie leads the goal charts now. Ollie needs to get back level. Referee just halting play. Lowe and Barbe just having a little bit of a coming together. Jeff Eltringham just wants to have a word with them, and we'll be ready to take the corner now. Harley, what's the score? Is the chant from the Bees fans behind the goal. Here comes the corner now, whipped into the near post, and it's a header down, chance for another. Morpie had a chance for a hat-trick there, and he didn't catch the ball at all, just spun off his boot. What a golden chance for the 5th there, and a hat-trick for the little Frenchman.
A hat-trick? He's on a hat-trick, isn't he?
Watkins scored the first.
Oh, Watkins.
Watkins got the first.
My bad.
I did notice you put, we kept on trying to gently, I know you said that in the summing up, I've been gently trying to remind you by saying the amount of goals he's got, but you're not been listening, Marcus.
I'm just bamboozled with how many goals are out there.
Mick, you can't get the stuff, can you, these days? Here's Camo Makocho coming forward, out to the far side to Josephson. Down the line to Watkins, who's over there. Watkins, of course, he's looking for a goal to get to his 10th of the season.
Just caught him.
Yeah, John Egan just went down there. Ball's now out on this left-hand side. Yeah, he might. Just going to try and run that off. Of course, Brentford will be looking to make more substitutions in this game. Woods on early on, of course, as the ball's gently played back from Dalsgaard towards Bentley. Joson's done really well. Good strength by the Dutchman there. Now here's Sawyers. Sawyers through the centre. Lovely ball out to the right-hand side. Cameron Makocho into the penalty area. Great ball down, and this could be the 5th, and there's a good block there as Ollie Watkins comes through. Brentford could have scored 5, 6, 7 tonight so far, Marcus.
Yeah, they're just having so much fun out there. You know, Sawyers epitomises that as well. Once he's in the mood, it's like he's back on the training field, trying out new little tricks. What's he got to play with today? And he's having so much fun and joy.
Beautiful pass by Sawyers out there to Makocho. That was just poetry in motion.
Some great football here. Brentford just carving Birmingham City apart. It's great to witness and it's great to say. Corner on the far side, the Braemar Road side. Watkins, it's away from the penalty area. It comes past Roberts. Dalsgaard says, where's it's gone? All right, it's gone behind me. We'll retrieve this one. Here's Josephson. Josephson trying to take a Maxine Cullen onto his right foot. Goes from far corner just wide. Wow, what a shot from Josephson. Thought that was curling in. It's just past the far post.
This is beginning to look like a training match now for Brentford. There's so much space and time out there for the players to just go and express themselves. Birmingham have just not answered anything that Brentford's thrown at them tonight.
Like I say, Dalsgaard was on the left wing there, out to Josephson, who went out to the left wing, cuts in from 15 yards, just curls it past the post.
Oh, a mistake there by BLN, but he's recovered. He's Gallagher, and BLN battling for the ball, and he's done well. And once more, the linesman looks at the referee. Who did that come off last? Here's Maxi Colan. Halfway inside the Brentford half. Done well to try and get past Sawyers, but Sawyers has shown good strength. Just gets a little touch, and it's now a throw a yard from the corner flag. You cannot believe we're only in the 64th minute, Mick. We've had 2 goals in the second half. We could have scored another 3 or 4.
And that's the thing. If Brentford are clinical here, they can have a lot of fun. They've got to be professional, but like I said, it's not over showboat or anything like this, but they could really make some damage here tonight.
Here comes the throw into the box. He's headed high, and Bentley takes it down well. He was clattered on the way as well. He's hurt. He's on his back. But let's hope he's just winded for a second. He's just buying a little bit of time there. So now we've got time to draw our breath, and Marcus has got his abacus out.
Yeah, I've got it out.
We'll ask you to take us through the second half, Marcus.
I think Morpah will get his hat-trick, you know. He will get his hat-trick, I'm telling you. He's got enough time to do it.
He's desperate for the hat-trick.
You just said, I told you so. I told you, boys.
Desperate for the hat-trick?
Morpah or Marcus?
Well, Bentley's up now. I hope you're enjoying it. We're having fun up here. I hope everybody's enjoying listening to this tonight. It's been a masterclass from Brentford, and hopefully going to be the second win in just a matter of days. And here they come forward again. Here's Josephson into the penalty area. Josephson still with it. It's just a one touch too many at the end. There are plenty of Brentford players forward, but as Marcus said earlier, it is like a training ground routine now. It's just like, how many do you want? Here's Watkins. Watkins trying to turn past Maxicone, plays it down the line. Hotter steps up well, but they win it back. Barbe plays it through to Sawyers. Sawyers inside to Watkins. Watkins just leaves the ball behind, but switches feet well. He's going to have a go here, isn't he? No, plays it wide to Makocho. Makocho can then feed it back to Josephson, back to Makocho again. Oh, lovely ball through to Josephson. Fantastic football. This will be the 5th shot. Oh, no! He's missed.
How's he missed that?
How has he missed that, Ollie Watkins? From 7 yards out, the goal totally free, and he's just wrapped his foot around it and dragged it a yard wide.
Well, that was a marvellous move between Makocho and Josephson. They found the slide rule ball. Florian just picked Ollie Watkins out, 7 yards out. He scuffed his shot past the post.
Birmingham are all over the place at the back, Nick. All over the place. It's far too easy for Brentford, and they're just winning every battle out there tonight. There's Makocho on the ball here. goes all the way back to Bentley. Bentley takes one touch, gets away from the incoming Gallagher, and it's played forward by Birmingham. Checkendoy steps forward. It's almost for the fans behind the goal, who a few have already gone. They're just surprised when Birmingham get the ball coming forward. They're just fearing an absolute embarrassment here tonight. Looks as if Ollie Watkins was pulled back there by Harley Dean, but the officials didn't see it. But Ollie Watkins, well, he'll be Ollie's getting some grief there from the paddock as he had to race over and take the throw. Oh, that's a foul there by Morpie, just pulling back Roberts on another night. He might have got booked for that, but
yeah, I think Steve Cotterill is just trying to stop the ship sinking tonight. I mean, it's just one of these. He's pointing here, he's pointing there, he's pointing everywhere at the moment.
I've just heard some choice language. If you pick that up in the background, we apologise. Can't help but to stop that on a live sporting occasion right in front of us. But Brentford are winning every battle out there, Marcus. Every single one.
Yeah, they're 2 yards ahead of anybody in a blue shirt tonight. When you think of it, the team out there tonight, the squad that's out there tonight, they're up against 3 of their old teammates out there, and that must have an effect on them as well. It's a bit of a kick in the teeth that you want to leave us with the sort of ambition we've got to go to a so-called bigger club, better club, and here we are. If the scoreline stays the same, we're going to be how many? 20 points? Yeah. 20 points clear of them.
Ball so now played into the boxes, headed away by Dean towards Gardner. Gardner out to the left-hand side to Adams, but up steps John Egan to win that one and just plays it to Makocha. There's going to be another change in a second. Alan Judge is going to come on, and he's going to be looking to get that elusive goal. And how that would just be the night complete, wouldn't it, if Judgey could get a goal tonight.
It's a good, sensible game to get him in some more minutes. In terms of the game looks more or less done. Birmingham are not causing a threat at all.
Bjelland chips it forward. There's Bramall, plays it all the way back to Stockdale, who under pressure is getting the few boos from the Ealing Road faithful. Couple of, well, if the first one was a mistake, the second one was an absolute howler. That really was. Not sure what he was doing there. As the ball's played out to his near side, it's Frenchman against Frenchman. Bentley just apologising to Barbe there. Sawyers is coming off. Sawyers turns to applause. Griffin Powers had a great game tonight. Gives his substitute Alan Judge a big hug. No doubt Wisp will come on and inflict some more pain on Birmingham City. There's still another 20 minutes plus. It seems that we've had 40 minutes of this second half already, because we've had 2 goals. We've had certainly should have been one more for sure, but we've gone close another 3 or 4 times, and Steve Cotterill could have been seriously embarrassed here tonight. If 4 goals isn't enough, it could have been 6, 7, possibly even more. But we'll take the 4, Mick.
Oh, completely. It's exactly what you want to do, is you just keep the confidence flowing, and Brentford are trying to score the perfect goal at the moment, but it's just lovely to see. 4-0 up against Birmingham City. You don't say that many times, but they've been well worthy tonight.
Look at Ollie Watkins battling here on the left-hand side. A combination of Lowe and Maxine Cullen takes him down. Morpie looking to win the ball back. Lowe won't give it to him. Lowe then just looks at Morpie. He's after that hat-trick, you see.
He needs it for me.
Yeah. They're all friends now, Lowe.
Yeah, I think Lowe was just saying, look, I just needed to keep hold of the ball, just run a few minutes down. You know, you've got to have sympathy with me, boys.
Yeah. Bjelland coming over to Dean Smith here, just for a little chat, as Brentford take the free kick 2 yards ahead of them, with Barbe a yard in from the touchline. Barbe comes back towards Bjelland. Bjelland then turns and goes all the way back to Bentley. Egan makes himself available. But Bentley down the centre to Woods. Woods has got men round him, and he does really well. He got that little sat-nav. He knows who's around him. He knows where he's got to go as well, and he just drags some players out with that pass there. Brentford just controlling the ball well. Here's Barbe, closed down by Gallagher. Gallagher, another player out there who looks as if he's chasing shadows now. Here's Josephson back towards Woods. Woods is going crossfield. That's too high. That's 2 yards over the head of Ollie Watkins. Out for a throw on this near side, which Matt Colan will take. We've got we don't often have the opposition's commentary team up here on the gantry as well, but Birmingham City's have been here tonight, and you'd actually love to be wired up to hear what they're saying about their team out there, Mick, just out of interest.
I have to say, one of them was shaking his head a minute ago, so I think that tells you everything you need to know.
Here's Woods in the centre for the Bees. They've slowed it all down the last few minutes, but plenty of time to get a few more yet. And here's the little genial Irishman who wants to get involved and, if not score, create a few tonight. Now the ball's wide to Barbie on this left-hand side. Then Watkins flicks it on. Morpie then heads it down, looking for Watkins. Oh, nice ball there from Woods. Here's Judge in the centre to Makocha to Woods. Now a lot of space here on the right for Dalsgaard, who's come forward. He feigns to go wide, then comes back in field, then goes wide out to Josephson. Josephson looking to take on Adams. There's a ball down towards Dalsgaard once more, but Adams has done well. The substitute plays the ball, chips the ball out to the edge of the box. That wasn't so good there. As Judge, then he wins it back, plays it to Makocho. Makocho looking for options. Comes to Watkins. Watkins then back to Judge. Oh, Judge fancies having a shot, does he? No, plays the ball in the box, looking for the run of Watkins. And then checking Doyle. Poor ball there. Picked up by Barbe. Barbe coming across field. Here's Judge. Now Dalsgaard on the right-hand side, halfway inside the Birmingham half. Short ball into the box, and really heavy ball there back from Barbe. Here's Judge now, floats it to the far post. In comes Watkins with a header! Oh, I thought that was it. Brentford try and keep the ball in play. It's eventually played behind, and it will be a Brentford corner. Looked as if Ollie Watkins had scored there, Mick.
Yeah, lovely ball by Alan Judge. He floated it up at the back post, just waiting for Ollie to kind of leap like a salmon. He did. Stockdale, good save. It was going towards the far corner. Brentford corner.
Well, there's no hat-trick now for Neil Morpie. Off he comes. He ran another cracking game tonight. He's starting to make that number 9 shirt his and be comfortable. He's won the fans over. 2 goals tonight. He's enjoying this. Great applause. And look at that roar for him as he comes off, and he's substituted by another man who the Brentford fans want to see make a big impact here. On comes Emiliano Marcondes. Maybe his chance to get his first goal for the Bees tonight. So what can Brentford do from the corner on the far side? Watkins has made himself available. We're into the 74th minute. Up goes the left arm of Josephson. Here comes the corner. Oh, and there on the volley was Barber. That would have been spectacular. But he pretty well shanked it. And now Birmingham can break. Judge is back there defending. They've got numbers here. Gallagher racing through. Out comes Bentley. Had to win that and did. And plays it well to Josephson. Now Brentford can break. Here's Josephson. Now there's Marcondes coming through the centre. Which way is Watkins going? Marcondes out towards Judge. Is this the moment for Judge? Oh, he spooned it high. Just seemed to take a little bit of a bobble as he was shooting there. We thought that might be the goal for Judge, just 17 yards out.
Lovely play by Marcondes. He sprinted through like the centre forward there and just laid the perfect ball out to Judge, who just spooned it over the bar.
It's great that he's got options as well, either side of him, to pick the right pass. It was Judge judging this time.
Judged out towards Ollie Watkins this time, and that's a Colan. Well, they're just waiting for the final whistle now, Mick. Birmingham City.
Yeah, like I say, Birmingham are out of gas, are on the floor. They're just waiting for the bus to go home.
And, no doubt there will be. It's going to be a long walk for Harley Dean from the well, not so much from the dressing room, but where it becomes a public area. I'm sure there'll be 1 or 2 people with people they're just going to say hello to him and have a little bit of a giggle with their demise tonight. As long as it's all light-hearted banter, I'm sure he'll understand it. Here's Marcondes, leaves it for Watkins. Brentford coming forward again. There's Judge on the left-hand side, level with a penalty area. Cuts back onto his right foot, plays it to the edge of the box. Watkins once more, plays it back towards Barbe. Barbe, short ball back to Watkins. Watkins being closed down. Quick ball to Makocho. Watkins again. This is brilliant. Ollie Watkins down through to Josephson. Real chance here, Josephson on his left foot. Oh, good save by Stockdale down to his left-hand side. It's behind for another Brentford corner. Over goes Marcondes to take this.
It's just one-way traffic with Brentford when we attack. It's like, how many goals should we have, really?
You've got to say that was a fine save by Stockdale. That was right in the corner by Joss Azoon. He's made a couple of howlers, but he's also stopped the cricket score tonight. So, like I say, he has contributed to some of the 4 goals, but that was a top save on Florian Joss Azoon.
Josephson to take the corner on the far side. Judge is lurking. Judge gets the ball. He plays it back inside for Josephson once more, who looks to spin and get past Gardner, but he wins it back well, Josephson, after Gardner had taken it away. And it's blocked by Dean on the edge of the box. Now Birmingham on a rare break forward, but a hopeless ball played forward there by Gardner. No one within 30 yards. And now the ball's back with Bentley. Bentley high. Headed back by Gardner, one by Makocho. A bit of a careless pass there. We haven't said that very often tonight. And I'm not sure what that was there from Shay Adams, trying to beat Bentley from 40 yards out. It's not the best effort. Bentley said, thank you very much. I'll take that all day long. That's why you're going down, say the Brentford fans. Well, on what we've seen here tonight, you have to say that as soon as Birmingham went behind tonight, they looked like a relegation team, and 4-0 totally flatters them.
It does, and as I said earlier, there's no sort of danger of them scoring a goal. They've only scored 22 all season.
As Brentford play their way out of trouble at the back there. Bentley, a nice little spin pass out to Barbe. Barbe inside to the centre back Bjelland. Then Marcondes is clattered by Lowe, but he gets his pass away to Woods. Referee happy for play to go on. Woods has run 30 to 40 yards already, still going. The little Ginger Perlo, ball into the box. Who's it going to break for here? And it was nearly into the path of Cameron Makocha. And there's Hotter. What a poor ball that is by Hotter to Barbe. Now here's Marcondes. The Ole's going up now. Marcondes back to Woods. Woods then back to Judge. 20 yards inside the Birmingham half. Short ball to Egan. Egan now looks up, comes forward. Short ball inside to Marcondes. Marcondes then out to Woods on this left-hand side. The Ole's ringing round Griffin Park. Barbe back to Woods. Woods then squared to Judge. A little bit of space here for Judge. On his right foot, goes for goal. Well, you don't blame him for having an effort there. 20 yards outside the penalty area, but not his best that time, and about 7 yards wide.
I'm just shocked at the lack of sort of appetite and hunger with Birmingham. There's not been one tackle being made. Woods has travelled nearly 50 yards with the ball, unopposed, picking out passes, and no one's got nowhere near him.
I'm looking at the Birmingham body language there. There's only one player clapping in the middle of the field. The rest all head down, hands on hips, teapot stances.
There's Makocho out towards Watkins. Watkins plays the ball over the top, and it's not the best clearance there by Wilson. Now in comes Makocho, and a lovely little back header towards Watkins. Brentford controlling the game totally. Then Barbe, high ball into the box, looking for Josephson. The ball's come back towards Adams, who he's missed it, and then Marcondes has missed it. Now he's Gardner for Birmingham. He goes past Woods. Good ball through the centre, but a little bit too far ahead of Adams, who was furious there. That means there's a little bit of space on that right-hand side. So Barbe says, let's Bentley says, let's try and create something on that right-hand side. His ball was a little bit too far ahead of Judge, and now here's Birmingham with Lowe. We're into the 80th minute now. Brentford have got the 4, and then not quite added to it, but they had a couple of gifts in this game, but they could have scored a few more. Stockdale's made a couple of excellent saves, Mick, particularly the last one from Josephson, but there's probably going to be 5 minutes of time added on at the end of the game as well. So there's another 15 minutes, and you know Brentford are going to get another 5 chances in that.
You don't get the sense that Harley's offended anybody in Griffin Park, do you? The sort of chants that are going around.
I actually think the Brentford fans now, it's like a half-hearted teasing now. Here come Brentford driving forward again. Watkins on the edge of the box, plays it wide. Here's Josephson. Josephson plays it back in the box. Watkins, yes! It's the 5th! Great cross by Josephson on the far side. And there's stooping low. Ollie Watkins just glances it into the bottom left corner of the goal. It's Brentford 5, Birmingham City 0.
Another goal for Ollie Watkins. Beautiful play, spread wide out to Josephson. Picked him out with a lowish kind of cross. And Ollie Watkins is there to stoop low to head that ball into the far corner to make it 5-0.
You have to say Ollie Watkins was in the area. He started the move, he made it out to Florian Josazun, who found him with a cross. Ollie Watkins in the penalty area, not a Birmingham defender anywhere near him in the penalty area. He stooped low, headed it past into Stockdale's right-hand corner. Brentford have gone nap, 5-0.
I still thought there was going to be another goal or two to come. The way the team's playing.
Brentford have ripped Birmingham apart tonight. Absolutely ripped the heart out of them.
You feel with that fifth goal, Mick, that we've got a little bit of justice for our play in the last 20 minutes or so. There's a judge in for a challenge with Otter, and there's a foul. Otter looks to take it quickly. Leaves the ball for Gardner.
You have to say, Mark, there was not one single defender anywhere near Ollie Watkins. Not one single defender, and that's where you know that a side is absolutely gone. Birmingham here are on the canvas. And it's lovely to see, Mark.
Yes, yeah, it is. No sympathy. Yeah. I think the Brentford fans have almost given up goading Harley Dean. They'll wait for the final whistle. Yeah. But this is just what everybody's wanted. Gardner over this free kick. It's about 7 yards outside the penalty area. Good ball into the box. Chance here as a shot comes in. It's just gone wide. A deflection on the way. Low with the shot. Good block there by John Egan.
That's what you like to see from your captain. He threw himself right into the path of that. There's no way Egan wants to give up a clean sheet tonight. Good captaincy.
Gardner with this corner to the far post. Just glanced on there by John Egan, the Brentford skipper. Cross into the box from low, and now Brentford can break once more. Here's Ollie Watkins on the right-hand side. He's got Marcondes up with him. Watkins over the halfway line, plays it out to Josephson. Here comes a flying Dutchman on the right-hand side. Josephson into the penalty area. Little jink, drives the ball across. Good block there on the far side. It's going to run away. Is it for a corner? Yes, it does. I think it just went for a corner. Yes, indeed, the ball had crossed the line. Brentford are so good on the break. It's an absolute joy to watch, Marcus.
You've got about 3 or 4 players sprinting ahead of the man on the ball, which makes it a joy to watch as well, because the man on the ball's now got options. It's the pressure's onto him to pick out the right pass.
It's not one of those where we've seen in the past where you're waiting for players to get up to support the main man, the man with the ball. They are busting a gut to score. Josephson with a short corner to Kamo Makochu, who's been excellent tonight. Man of the match choices will be coming up at the end. Not the best ball there by Judge as the ball's given away, but look at Kamo Makochu, he's racing 50-60 yards to get that ball back to Bentley, and Bentley, well, it wasn't the best ball back to him in the end because he was closed down by Gala, and Bentley just comes out to Kamo, said, look, no problem.
Don't do it again.
Yeah, just don't do it again. You'll learn from that. Ball had gone behind for a goal kick, so all's well that ends well. Now, Hey Jude breaking out from the New Road fans below us. Brentford 5, Birmingham City 0 on the scoreboards. And, well,
my concern in the next transfer window, Mark, is that Birmingham might try and buy 14 of our players.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure how deep the Chinese pockets are, but nothing would surprise me. Stockdale. Maybe they can just buy the club and be called Birmingford or something like that. I don't have the copyright on that expression. It's been said many times in the past, where of course Gillingham used to nick our players in the past and were labelled Gillingford. But yeah, you can understand where fans are not too happy about it, the way that's happened. The same team coming back for your pieces of gold. It's just now they don't know where to start. There's so many pieces of gold out there.
The key is, Mark, is that the 3 good first teamers that they took don't look half the players because they're not in the better team, and the better team tonight is in red and white by a mile.
And it's starting to show that it's all about teamwork, isn't it? We made players look good. They are good players, but they were in the right setup, and they were players who wanted to be here as well, and you know, I was talking to one of their pressmen beforehand, and he said, you know, I don't know how we paid this money for Hotter, and you had to say he is a great player.
He's in the wrong team.
He's in the wrong team, totally the wrong team. And he said the thoughts are that he just wants to go back to Spain. Well, he was very much loved and at home here, that's for sure. Here's Matt Sincolan, not for us to judge what the reasons that he went, but I think everybody understands and knows the reasons why, and short careers and so on and so forth, and looking after families. Here's Marcondes. Oh, they're giving the ball again away. Lovely little dummy there. Oh, fantastic work from Josephson. He's going to be a candidate for man of the match. And there's going to be a yellow card for Lowe, and that's been coming. Jason Lowe. And Brentford will get a free kick. We're into the 86th minute. Judge takes it quickly, goes wide to Woods. The referee not happy. The ball was just rolling. I wasn't ready for that, and I don't think he'd finished writing down Lowe's name too.
I think this sort of performance as well, it has a deeper meaning for the current Brentford players that have that ambition of hopefully one day moving on, or maybe moving on one day if it doesn't work out well.
Yeah,
and I think they can see the sign of it's a warning.
Yeah,
is that why leave a happy spot? And what are you, and if you are going to leave, what are you leaving it for?
Well, as Jesse J was singing before the game today, Marcus, it's all about the money, money, money.
Well, doesn't always make it the best move.
Not as out of tune as I was there, but here's Judge with the free kick. He leaves it for Barbe. Barbe into the box. It's headed away by Checking Doi. Now Condes retrieves. Always first to the ball in this second half. Marcondes racing forward. He links up with Ollie Watkins on the right wing. Here is Cameron Makocha. He's certainly going to be a potential man of the match man tonight. Here's Woods. Lovely ball the outside of his boot to Watkins on the far side. Watkins with Adams has gone with him, and the referee has given a free kick there. Brentford were trying to play an advantage. Jeff Eltringham is probably thinking, well, I've seen a lot of games in my time, but whenever I take Birmingham and Brentford, it seems Brentford trounce them. We did the last time he was in charge. Oh, the Brentford fans have found their voice to talk Harley Dean. Well, we're into the 89th minute. I think you know the words.
Yeah.
We will not repeat them. Judge with a free kick, 3 yards in from the touchline. Almost level with the penalty area. Woods just outside the box. The ball's whipped in now. A header comes down, it's just wide. And it's Barbe who's nearly on the score sheet there. Inches past this left-hand post.
Again, it's more or less a free header at the near post. No one in a blue shirt around him. If he hits the target with that, that's a goal.
It's too easy, Mick.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, Brentford forwards and defenders were there in the bus queue, and it was just Stockdale against the Brentford defenders, and Barbe just put it past the post.
Well, the media team did a very good job of 9 minutes highlights on Saturday after the win. I would think they'd be doing about 45 minutes highlights tonight, because it's been chance after chance after chance. Here's Maxi Colan, and Judge tries to just nick the ball off him, but Sikonan left his foot on the ball quite legally and managed to retain possession. Here's Bramwell, hardly seen anything in the second half. Looking to get a cross in here. He's wrapped his foot around it. Well, header comes in. What a save by Bentley. Brilliant save. The shot comes in and it's wide by Shay Adams. What a save that is by Bentley.
That was a wonderful save. That was 6 yards out. It was at Bentley, but it was just straight, a flash header at him. Hit him bang in the chest, but he actually got the parry away as well. 2
additional minutes at the end of the game, which Peter Ginnan was just talking about there when the chance came in. It was like time stood still as he said that, but what a save by Bentley to keep a clean sheet. And we know how important they are to goalkeepers and defenders. Marcus, you've been a defender as well as an attacker.
Yeah.
It's like half a goal, isn't it? The
keeper plays well, as he's done, and the back four can keep that clean sheet as well. It's like having a goal for a defender. So
Brentford retaining possession well. There's Bentley, chips it out to Barbe. Barbe can play this back to Bentley. And Shay Adams was diving in for that one, but Bentley's done well. And Watkins was just trying to get a little nick on there and get the ball past Maxine Colin to get one more chance at the end of this game. But the scoreboards around the ground read Brentford 5, Birmingham City 0. The referee will be looking at his watch any second as here's Bielin having to just see the ball out of play with Hotter tight to him.
There's only one winner in that little challenge there between Bielin and Otter.
I think the Brentford fans think Harley Dean actually put the 5 up there, but he didn't. He was just trying to signal to his players where you need to be. But there'll be quite a cheer at the end of this game. Jeff Jones just had one look at his watch. Here comes Bentley. That is the final whistle. And what a scoreline here. Brentford fans coming here tonight really wanted to see us put in a performance against Birmingham City. They've had that and some. It's finished 5-0.